A massive GTA 6 gameplay leak has surfaced showing combat, vehicles, fuel, basketball, and driving mechanics. The full map of Leonida has also leaked ahead of Rockstar's extended look on Netflix. If you don't know what's going on with this, GTA 6 is coming out in a couple months. Probably one of the most anticipated games in history. And I'm not going to call it a paywall, but they're content walling their reveal because we haven't seen anything prior to this leak. We haven't seen anything from this game prior to this leak other than their official trailer, right? So there's been no gameplay, nothing like that. And the game's coming out like less than 2 months. It's coming out like less than 2 months. So it's like wild to think that we haven't seen any gameplay yet. So they're content walling all of their release and all of their reveals behind Netflix. So you have to have a Netflix subscription to watch their release or their reveal. This was reported a few weeks ago when they announced it. And I even said at the time, I was like, that's going to leak. There's a 1,000% chance that's going to leak. Because if Netflix is going to be involved, that's going to introduce more players. I don't care what they sign. Whenever people get their hands on GTA stuff, they can't help but leak it. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. And it shows a lot of stuff. I'm not going to show leaks here. Don't worry about that. But I do have another post where a guy summarized the situation. There's this guy named CyberLeak. The person behind the alleged GTA 6 map and gameplay video has stated in the page that he will not stop until Rockstar issues a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to be better. I really think they get AI to write these now. I don't know. It's just me. No consumer shall pay for a game through digital storefronts before release and independent review. Physical pre-orders for tangible media remain permitted. Pre-orders were not created for gamers. They were created because physical discs had manufacturer limits. In digital distribution, there is no inventory. There is no stock shortage. A digital copy cannot sell out. Yet publishers keep the pre-order system and strip away its only consumer benefit. Now gamers pay early to receive nothing in return except a countdown timer and a cosmetic skin. I agree with all that. The notion of a pre-order on a digital game is laughable. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. The idea of a pre-order was because they had manufacturer limits. This is the history. This is very, very accurate. And whenever I see something up for pre-order and they have all this stuff behind it, I kind of cringe. And I think the latest thing, even with me, I just got gifted War Dogs. Thank you, Jagmus, for that. And the idea behind that is that they put early access on pre-orders. They do it with MMOs all the time now. Hey, pre-order the MMO, you can play 4 days early. Hey, pre-order War Dogs, and you can play in our closed beta this Friday, which I will be playing. Thank you, Jack, once again for the gift. So that's the way pre-orders are done today, is that they give you early access, which is highly desirable if you're really looking forward to a game. And back in the day, pre-orders were like because of limitations, and also you would get like a physical item. You would get like a physical thing with it, right? You get like a statue, you get an art book, you get a poster, you'll get like a vinyl of the soundtrack or something nice like that. There was an incentive to get that stuff, and those have limited physical copies. So it definitely makes sense if there's pre-orders for like a physical collector's edition that has some kind of a tangible item with it. A vast majority of these pre-orders today don't have any of that, right? So it says if publishers want revenue before launch, they can press discs, print boxes, and put them on shelves. Earn that money through physical production. Exactly. Here's another quote. He says he's fighting for gamers' rights. It's evident that the whole reason behind these leaks are the decision to ship GTA without a physical copy, making GTA 6 the one game that got leaked the most during this development time. I don't know about that. He's come to the conclusion about physical copies, and I don't know. This is he seems to be reaching here. I don't see the connection yet. What is going to be more interesting to see, however, is if more leaks are going to happen because of this. No one can tell how much info or leaked footage CyberLeak has to share. So this guy's big on physical. The you guys, if you don't know what's happening, Sony announced a couple months ago, that they were going to cease physical games, physical disc production for games, and the internet went crazy because the idea of ownership comes into play. TLDR: when you buy a digital copy of a game, you have no guarantee that that copy of the game is going to continue to work in the future. Until we have digital, this is my opinion, until we have digital rights surrounding games protecting us from the game just not being accessible, it's perfectly acceptable to be skeptical about Sony's announcement. Because we don't have we have the trust of a vendor such as like Steam, right? Steam, people don't hesitate or don't even question whether they're going to be able to play their Steam library in the future, because Valve has given us no reason to think that. Valve has given us no reason to say, hey, if I buy this game on Steam, I'm not going to be able to play it in 10 years. Because so far, everything I've bought on Steam, even games that have shut down, are accessible. I mean, I can download the game and not be able to connect to a server like I did with Marvel Heroes. Marvel Heroes server shut down, and I was still able to download Marvel Heroes from Steam, even though the game wasn't around anymore. So it becomes an issue of digital rights. Digital rights, and I think that's the future of gaming. We have to come up with some kind of we've got to come up with some kind of I don't even know if I want to call it a law, but something needs to be put down on paper to say, if I buy this digital game, I will have access to it and prepared, and just until I have full rights to have access to the game. The game's not mine. I mean, we can argue about the license and all that kind of stuff, but I want to have access to that game. If I'm giving you $70, I better have access to that game. And there's no guarantee of that, and the developers don't want to do that, and I think that's the thing. So I guess the CyberLeak person's had enough. He was like, as a result of your doings and your activities, I'm gonna leak stuff. And it was a lot, and it looked legit. It looked 100% legit. It didn't look like it was AI. It didn't look like it was fabricated from GTA 5 with a coat of paint on it. It looked legit. So I think I don't have the tweet here, but I think Rockstar says they have apprehended the leaker and they're dealing with him, which is kind of ominous. We're dealing with him. Tell you, man, sometimes Rockstar, they feel like they're gangsters. It's like, we will deal with him in our own way. Yeah. So that's that. So check this out. This is on Twitter, all over the place, all over YouTube probably by now. GTA6 leaks are out. Rockstar is actively taking them down. There's copyright claims just flying off the shelves, but once it's out there, and it is out there. So they're gonna have a hard time containing it now because it's out there right now.